Hey guys, welcome to Natalie Clary's YouTube channel, the educational channel for all things love, dating, and relationships, where I help women understand how men think and what real men want. Whether you're navigating the dating scene, working on self-love, or looking to establish healthy connections, you're definitely at the right place. I share respectable dating advice, winning dating advice, result-driven dating advice. I like to say that my dating advice is not for all women because all women are not ready for this level of dating advice, which is perfectly okay. This is smart dating advice for smart women. Again, welcome guys. And if you're new here, so glad to have you. If you're returning, welcome back. Now let's get into it. But before I get into it, first I would like to thank everyone for their appreciation gifts. Thank you so very much. I really appreciate it from my heart to yours. Thank you. Also, it is a beautiful day today. I mean, the weather is like on point. I mean, it's such a nice day today. It's like a little chill in the air, and it just really feels good. I hope each and every one of you are having an amazing day because I am having a fantastic day. So again, I hope all of you all are having an amazing day as well. Also, you know, Christmas is coming up. Nat Nation merch, as you all could see. Let me model it for you. As you could see, Nat Nation merch, okay? I have merchandise and I have my different sayings and logos on each merch. It is the perfect gift for your mom, your friend, your best friend, your aunt, your sister, whoever it may be, okay? It is the perfect gift, so be sure that you go on site and visit. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna put the link in the description, okay? So in that way you can actually go on site and just view and see all the shirts that I have. They are amazing shirts. They're top quality, so trust me, you will be making a statement when you put on a Nat Nation merch. All right, now let's get into it. Today we're going to talk about the top questions you should ask a man before entering a relationship with him, okay? The top questions every woman should ask a man before dating him, okay? You must ask questions before you enter a relationship with any man. You don't just enter a relationship because it's Monday morning, okay? When you meet a guy, it is important that you get some type of information out of him so you will know exactly what type of guy this is, okay? Questions is not a threat. Questions is not a bad thing. Asking questions is not a bad thing, okay? Never be afraid to ask questions. If you think because you ask questions, he's going to leave you. If you're thinking like that, please, no. No man is going to leave you if you ask questions. And if he do leave you because you ask questions, that ain't somebody you want to be in a relationship with anyway. Because that shows you he has a lot to hide. He has a lot of skeletons in his closet, all right? So when you are asking a man questions and his response to you will be, why are you asking so many questions, all right? You say to him, because I need to know who you are, all right? And if a man has a problem with you asking him questions, keep it moving, all right? Because that should not irritate a man or offend a man because you're asking him getting to know you questions, all right? So I repeat, a man that gets upset or get offended or have an issue with you asking him questions so that you can make a decision or if this is somebody that you're interested in, that's not your guy. He has a lot to hide. Nevertheless, as I said earlier, okay, there are top questions every woman should ask a man before entering a relationship with him or before dating him, all right? Number one, what do you do for a living, all right? That should come right off the top. What do you do for a living, all right? You need to ask that questions because you want to make sure that this guy has stability. You want to make sure that this guy have a job, okay? If not a job, a career, all right? A job with benefits, dental plan, health care, okay? 401k plan, all right? You need to know if this guy have a job or a career. Because if he does not have a job or a career, what can he do for you, all right? What can he add to your life, okay? You cannot build with a guy who does not have a job or a career, all right? So it's very important that you find out what do you do for a living, okay? You want to make sure that this guy has some sort of ambition, all right? Some sort of integrity that he gets up every day and go to work, all right? It's nothing attractive about a grown man who sit home and watch television every day while the woman is out working. It's nothing attractive about that, all right? Not only that, if you meet a guy and he says to you that he's not working, you're supposed to keep it moving. I would hate to think that grown people or grown women are actually entertaining men that do not work and do not have a job, okay? Because then that says a lot about you, all right? So I repeat, when you meet a guy, you need to find out, what does that guy do for a living? What do he do 5 days a week, all right? There is some job that he must be reporting to if he is a man with character and standards, all right? No real man sits home and watch television. So if you meet a guy and he tells you that he does not work, that is not someone that you want to give an ounce of your time, all right? That is a very, very sorry man, okay? Because a real man would never sit home and just watch television and not out working, okay? Now, it's one thing if this man is dealing with some type of illness, okay, that's another thing. But a man who is perfectly a strong man who is capable of working, and he says to you that he does not work? No. That does not get a pass, okay? A man that does not work is not somebody that you want to enter a relationship with, okay? Not at all right? So I repeat. You meet a guy and he tells you that he's not employed, he's not working, you politely keep it moving, all right? So again, the first question you need to ask a guy, what do you do for a living? And if he have a problem answering that, then that's an issue, okay? Because that's just normal conversation. That's just a basic question, all right? So if you meet a guy and he just gets offended because you want to get to know who he is. He's trying to talk to you, but you can't ask questions to get to know who he is. That's a problem, and do not entertain that foolishness, all right? Because again, that's a basic question that anybody with common sense will ask a person. What do you do for a living? Okay? I'm going to say it again. What do you do for a living? That's basic questions, all right? No one should get offended if you ask him that question. And I repeat, if they get offended, keep it moving. He's games, all right? He's nothing but games, all right? Because a real man would never have a problem with that, okay? Moving on. Do you have kids? Super important. Do you have kids, and how many kids do you have, all right? Because it's very important before you enter a relationship with a guy. You want to know, are kids involved, okay? Are there kids, or do you have kids that you are a father to, okay? So again, the second question needs to be, so do you have kids? Allow him to answer. And then the next question that will follow that is how many kids, all right? 2 kids, okay. 3 kids, if he's married. Anything over that, that's a problem, okay? Because now, a man that has 3+ kids, okay, or over 3 kids, honestly, in my opinion, 3 is too many, okay, to be honest with you, especially if you've never been married, okay? Now, if you've been married and been married for quite some time, of course, 3 kids, absolutely, all right? But if you're dealing with a guy who has never been married and he has 3, 4, 5 kids, that should raise a big flag, okay? Because what it's showing is that he is super, super irresponsible, okay? Because men with character do not just go around laying eggs everywhere, all right? At all. Especially if he tells you that the kids are by different women. Then that's really, really should be a turn on, just to be honest with you, all right? Nevertheless, you ask him, do he have kids, all right? And just say hypothetically that he says, yeah, I have 2 kids, all right? What you want to find out next is he in communication with his kids? Do he take care of his kids, all right? Because if you meet a guy and he says to you, I have kids, but I don't see them because me and the mama don't get along. Run. R-U-N. Run. That is not your guy. That is no excuse for a man not to see his kids. Absolutely not, okay? So when you see a man that can live this life, knowing that he has kids on this earth, okay, and not see his kids, that is not someone that you want to entangle yourself with, all right? That's a character issue, okay? And to me, when you could do things to a kid, I look at it, you have a very dark heart, okay? Because it's just certain things. Kids have nothing to do with what went on between you and that mom, all right? Absolutely nothing, okay? I don't want to hear, I don't see my kids because me and the mom don't get along. Yo, I don't see my kids because, man, I don't want to get in no issues with my mom. What man and what quality man and what real man would say that, all right? That is not something for you to ignore, okay? A man who can say to you, yes, I have kids, but I don't see my kids. Run. And I mean fast, okay? That's not a good man at all, okay? That's a man that has some deep-rooted character issues, all right? And you do not want to be a part of his shenanigans, okay? So I repeat, your second question needs to be, do you have kids? How many kids are you in your kid's life? Okay? Now, if that man says to you, yes, I have kids, and I'm very involved in my children's life, okay? I pick them up every day from school. On the weekends, I take them to their extracurricular activities. I'm super, super involved. They're over my house. We go to the movies. We go have pizza. That's a good man, all right? That's what you're looking for. That's a good man. But a man saying to you that he doesn't see his kids for sorry reasons, that's not a good man, all right? Keep it moving. Don't even look at him twice, okay? He's not the one, all right? So again, that's the second question that you should be asking your guy when you meet him, all right? How is the relationship with your kid's mom, okay? Now, you're asking this because you want to make sure what is going on with the kid and his mom, with the kid's mother and him, okay? You don't want to jump into something that maybe is a toxic situation, or maybe he is a little bit too close to the kid's mom, okay? So you want to find out what is the relationship like with you and your kid's mom, okay? Because you want to make sure that she is not some toxic witch, okay? Or you want to make sure that the guy is not so close to her that, you know, he puts you on a back burner for her, all right? Regardless if you have kids or not, okay? When you're talking to someone, all right, baby mama comes second, period, all right? If it has nothing to do with those kids, baby mama is second when it comes to you, okay? So you want to just make sure where this relationship lies with him and baby mama, okay? You want to know if it's a toxic relationship, you want to know if it's a healthy relationship, or you just want to know if she's one of those messy women, all right? You need to know this, all right? Because like I said, you do not want to enter any type of situation where it is drama-filled, okay? You're not going to open your space up for drama, all right? You're not interested in drama, okay? So this is why it is important that you ask questions and get to know your guy so that you can find out if this is someone that you're interested in moving into a relationship with, okay? Super, super important. How is your relationship with your mom and dad? That is a very important question, all right? How is the relationship with your mom and dad, all right? The response you want to hear is, oh, me and my mom's and dad relationships are amazing. I love my parents. We have the best relationship. We are like, you know, close. You understand? My mom is everything. My dad is everything. That's what you want to hear, all right? because then that shows that the family dynamic is solid, all right? Now, what you don't want to hear is a man saying to you, I don't talk to my mama. I don't talk to my daddy. Because now what's that showing you is dysfunction in that family unit, all right? Lots of dysfunction, all right? So when he tells you that he doesn't talk to his mama and he doesn't talk to his daddy, that needs to raise a red flag, okay? Because that means something is wrong, okay? Who walks around and don't talk to their parents? I mean, who walks around and don't do that? All right? I mean, just to walk around and don't talk to their parents. Who does that? All right? So something is wrong. Even when I hear people say that, I look at them and be like, what could possibly be that wrong that you don't talk to your mom and that you don't talk to your dad? How did the relationship get there? I have often wondered that when I see people that say that, because that is really, really sad, okay? And not only that, like I just said, that shows a lot of dysfunction in that household, in that family unit, all right? So I repeat, you're asking that question because you want to see how is the family dynamic, all right, in that relationship. Because whatever that family is, most likely that's who he is, all right? Remember, your guy is a product of his environment, okay? So I repeat, if there is family issues and family dysfunction and toxic families going on, most likely your guy is that same exact person, all right? So when a guy tells you, I don't talk to my family, I don't talk to my mother, and I don't talk to my brother, and I don't talk to my dad, that is not a sign for you to keep going with that guy, all right? But what it is a sign for you to do is dig. You need to dig real deep and find out the root of that issue, okay? Because again, it's about you, all right? You need to make sure that this is a guy that you want to enter a relationship with. And when a guy have all of these family issues with the mom and the dad and this and the other, that's not something that you want to enter at all, okay? So I repeat, when a man tells you that, you need to dig deep. And you need to dig deep, I mean real deep, before you decide, I'm going to start dating this guy, okay? I repeat, he's a product of his environment, period. All right? Remember that. Did you grow up in a two-parent home, or a single home? All right, you're asking that question because you want to find out if his father was in his life, okay? That's what you want to find out, all right? So when he says to you, no, I grew up in a two-parent home, that's a really good thing, all right? Because a man that grows up in a two-parent home, that is excellent. That means he had his father 365 days of the year, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, all right? And as we all know, boys and men need their fathers, okay? When they do not have their fathers in their lives, most likely they are very, very broken, all right? Now, that's not to say a single woman can't raise a boy, okay? I'm not saying that, okay? You have many single women that do it every single day. However, a woman cannot replace a child's father, period, okay? I don't care how amazing you are as a mom. When it comes to those boys, they want their fathers, okay? And oftentimes, when that boy or that man has never had their father in their lives, a part of them is very broken, okay? So I repeat, you're asking that question because you want to make sure and you want to see if this guy is a whole person or if he is a broken person, all right? Now, sometimes guys cannot have a father and they can still be amazing human beings, okay? They have just vowed to themselves that when I get my kids, I'm gonna make sure I am there for my kids, okay? So this is the way that they have healed themselves, all right? So I repeat, you're asking that question because you want to make sure that this guy is not a broken person, all right? Because if he's broken, you're going to feel the effects of his brokenness, all right? Now, if he's one that was able to heal himself through whatever strategies and methods that he utilized to heal himself because he haven't had a father, and you see a whole person and he just said to himself, you know, hey, I would never do this to my kid, but hey, I'm gonna, forgive him and I'm just gonna live my best life, all right? If you recognize that in that guy, give it a shot, okay? Because like I said, sometimes it's not always a bad situation. The man is not always in a bad place because he didn't have a father. Sometimes he's just vowed to himself to be a better father to his own kids, okay? But you have to observe that and you have to be able to see that in him. You understand? Because one thing I can truthfully say is that most times a young man who has not had a father in his life, okay, are really, really broken, all right? A portion of them is very broken from having that father absence, all right? But like I said, observe, have good conversation, and you will be able to decide if this guy is in a better place or in a good place that he's able to be a good partner to you, okay? Do you have siblings, all right? You want to find out, do he have any brothers? Do he have any sisters, okay? And you're asking that because you want to see what the relationship is like with his siblings, all right? You want to know, okay, so how is your relationship with your siblings, all right? The response you want to hear is, oh, we have a great relationship. Oh my God, me and my siblings, we're best friends. I mean, we look after each other. We love each other. That's what you want to hear, all right? However, on the flip side of that, hypothetically speaking, he says to you, well, I don't talk to my siblings. I don't talk to any of my brothers or sisters. That's scary. And that's not good, okay? Because again, it represents dysfunction, okay? What could possibly have been so bad that you just don't talk to your sister or brother ever? I have a sister and we argue, absolutely, that's what we do. But we love each other to life, okay? It's like, we are like this, okay? Period. So you're going to have arguments with your siblings. That's what it's about. But it should never be to a place whereas you guys are not talking 365 days out of the year. Now, that's a whole nother level of dysfunction. All right? So I repeat, when you hear a guy that's trying to talk to you, say to you, I don't talk to my siblings. I don't talk to my brother or my sister. I haven't talked to them in 2 years. You need to be scared of that. That's not a sign for you to say, ooh, that is so sexy. Oh my God, he don't talk to his brothers or sister. Ooh, that is sexy. It ain't nothing sexy about that, okay? That is scary. And that is dysfunction on a whole nother level, okay? And that dysfunction is gonna come straight off on you, all right? That's exactly what's gonna happen, all right? He gonna come into your world and spread that dysfunction right on you, all right? So I repeat, you need to find out the root of why him and his sister and brothers are not talking, okay? And if it's not something that the brother or sister tried to harm them or betray them or whatever it may be, why couldn't you guys resolve this, okay? So I repeat, that's up to you to observe and find out what could be so bad that you and your siblings do not talk. Okay? What could be so bad? All right? So I repeat, don't just jump into relationships, all right? Don't just jump into situations with guys. You gotta find out some information about them so that you can intelligently decide if this is someone that you're interested in dating, all right? And this is why questions are necessary, okay? Super, super important. And for those women who would say, well, I don't ask questions, you sound silly, okay? And that is beyond silly, all right? For you to enter a relationship talking about you don't ask questions, all right? What are you afraid of? He gonna leave you? If he don't like you, he gonna leave you anyway, all right? Questions are not going to make him leave you, all right? He's gonna leave you anyway. So if you think because you ask questions, he gonna leave me, you need to really elevate your self-esteem and your self-worth, period, all right? Because I repeat, whether you ask questions or not, if he does not like you, he's leaving anyway, all right? Lock that in. All right. Do you go to church, okay? Or do you believe in a higher power? Do you believe in God, okay? You're asking this question because you want to make sure that you're not dealing with Satan, all right? You want to make sure that you're not dealing with some type of a demon, okay? Now, to each his own, let me say that, because I know everybody got a different higher power that they, serve. Mine is God Almighty, period, all right? Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Mine is God Almighty, period, okay? With that being said, the guy that I date or the guy I married, he needed to be God-fearing, period. And he needed to have a relationship with my God, okay? That's just my situation, okay? However, when it comes to you, it is very important that your guy have some spirituality in him, okay? If you meet a guy and he tells you, I don't believe in God, I don't believe in this, and I don't believe in that, let me say this, do you. But for me, I'm running for the hills. I can tell you that now. I'm running for the hills. I don't want him nowhere near me, okay? That's me, all right? But some of y'all, y'all got y'all own thing going on when it comes to the spiritual thing, okay? And God and this and that, higher power, y'all got y'all own thing going on, okay? But it is very important that a man has some spirituality in him, all right? Period, all right? When a man does not believe in a higher power or in God or whatever you may call it, he is capable of doing anything to you because he has no feelings, all right? And when I see people like that, stay away from me, all right? However, that's on you. That's your decision. Whatever you choose when it comes to your guy and his spirituality is on you. You have to make the intelligent decision that works best for you, all right? Very, very important. Next, you want to find out, when was your last relationship, okay? When was your last relationship? You want to find out how long ago was the last relationship. We're in, December, right? You want to make sure, what you want to hear, honestly, what you want to hear is, well, it's been a few minutes. It's probably been like a couple of years since I've had a serious relationship. It's been a couple of years, but it's not easy finding somebody. So, right now I'm just, really, just trying to see who I can meet and see what would happen. And this is why I'm talking to you. Hey, you just never know what can happen between me and you. That's what you want to hear. It's been like a couple of years or something like that. You don't want to hear, 2 months ago was my last relationship. That's not what you want to hear, all right? Because most likely, 2 months ago, they're still interacting, okay? They're still interacting, okay? Most likely, they're still talking on the phone. They're still possibly having sex, okay? They're still, fooling around, okay? And he may be just using you for a rebound, all right? So you never want to date a guy who just recently ended a relationship, all right? Because like I said, relationships most likely don't just end like that. Now, that's not to say it's not possible, but most likely, no, all right? He tell you that he just ended a relationship 2 months ago, 3 months ago. That is a freshly ended relationship. Like I said, most likely they're still talking. They're probably in a space where they're trying to decide what they're going to do with each other, okay? They're probably most likely still visiting each other. And not to mention, they're probably still having sex, making love, whatever it may be, all right? And now he's talking to you. You don't know if you're a rebound chick or if it's just something he's just doing for the time being until he decides to go back to her, all right? So I repeat, you do not want somebody who just freshly ended a relationship. I repeat, what you want to hear him say is that, hey, it's been a couple of years, okay? Even maybe a year and a half, but definitely not 2 months ago, a month ago, 3 months ago. That ain't what you want to hear, all right? But if you do decide to continue talking to him and he just ended a relationship 2 months ago, make sure you take things super slow. I'm talking about like turtle slowness, that type of slowness, all right? Make sure you're not just jumping all in, all right? Until he has shown you that you are the one and only, all right? And the only way you're able to know if you are the one and only, consistency, creating quality time with you, and spending quality time with you, okay? And investing in you, all right? If you're not getting any of that, you're not the one and he's just doing something, okay? Like I said before, when a man is into you, they're going to invest in you, they're going to spend quality time with you, and they're going to want to create some memories with you, all right? So I repeat, top questions every woman should ask a man before dating him. I'm going to go over it again. What do you do for a living? Do you have kids? And if so, how many? How is your relationship with your kids? How often do you see your kids? How is your relationship with your mom and your dad? How is your relationship with your kid's father? Did you grow up in a two-parent home or a single-family home? Do you have siblings? How is your relationship with your siblings? Do you go to church? What is your relationship with God or a higher power? What is your spirituality? When was your last relationship? How long did it last? Okay? So those are the top questions that you want to ask a guy when you guys are in the beginning stages of maybe getting to know each other or the beginning stages of trying to see what can happen between you two. Those are the top questions. I repeat, never be afraid to ask questions. You must ask questions so that you will know what you are getting into. So you would know what you are entering. And let me say this, if you are dealing with a man and you notice that he never asks you questions, that's not good. And he is not serious, okay? When a man is serious about you and they're looking at you as the one, they're going to ask you questions. And they're going to ask you these same questions that I'm asking you, but in their own way, all right? So I repeat, if you seeing a guy and you notice that he's not trying to learn anything about you, not trying to learn anything about where you come from, not trying to just learn anything about you as a person, keep it moving. He's just wasting your time. He doesn't like you, all right? That's not what men do when they like you, all right? So in case you didn't know, all right, and if you think that him not asking you questions, that means he like you, no. And that means the opposite. He don't like you. He's not interested in knowing anything about you. So this is why when you ask him questions, his response to you is, why so many questions? Why you asking me all these questions? Do I ask you questions? He's asking you that because he's not that interested in knowing anything about you, because he knows that he's not going to be around you that long, all right? He's just trying to get some sex, that's it. He's just trying to get some booty so he could go on about his business. He don't like you, he don't want you, he ain't going to be around you that long, all right? He just trying to see what he could get for nothing, okay? So you got to be smart, all right? If you didn't know, now you know. A man not asking you questions don't like you. A man asking you questions or really asking you questions with substance, that's because he sees something in you and he likes you, all right? So I repeat, you meet a guy, okay? It is very important that you ask questions. It's the same way if you meet a guy and you're not interested in him, you're not going to ask him questions, right? Because you could care less. I don't like him. I'm not interested in him like that. Why would I ask him questions, right? You don't like him, right? Same thing with a man. So when you meet a guy and you really like him, you ask questions, right? Because you're trying to figure out, well, I think I could like him. Ooh, I like him though. Well, I could see us together. But I just need to learn a little bit more about him. You want to ask questions because you see yourself liking him, right? There you go. So I repeat, ladies, moving forward in your dating life, okay, ask questions, all right? Super, super important. Never be afraid to ask questions. Never allow a man to intimidate you from asking questions. Again, if a man has a problem with you asking questions, that is a problem, because that is a very big red flag, which means you need to keep it moving. With that being said, guys, this has been amazing. As always, you know I enjoy these conversations and I enjoy giving you all this tea and, making sure you all are hipped on game, because the goal is to date with intentions and to be smart at dating. You understand? So that you can establish and create the relationships that you desire, okay? This is information that I am providing you because I want to see each and every one of you in really solid, healthy, meaningful relationships. All right? With that being said, guys, be smart, date smart, choose wisely, Net Nation. And remember, I told you. Enjoy your day, guys.